Hello, this is Girl Interrupted, a case study analysis presented by me, Ashley Bustamante, and let's just move on to the next slide. So, this is movie context. I'm just going to give you a quick debrief on what this movie is about, and it does battle subjects such as suicide and abuse, as well as just overall mental health issues. Oh, and self harm as well. So, in 1967, an 18-year-old girl who has a philosophical mindset and is also an aspiring writer named Susanna Kaysen. Yes, she was dealing with an episode of depersonalization and chased a bottle of aspirin with some vodka, which then led her to a mental institution called Claymore. And at Claymore, they did studies on her, and she was diagnosed with. Okay, so sorry about that pause there. I was making some quick changes to the slideshow, and also I do apologize if I keep on looking in this direction, just because I kind of have my notes there, and I lose my train of thought a lot when I'm presenting, so that's just there to help me when I need it. But as I was saying, I was talking about Susanna Kaysen, who was diagnosed with BPD, also known as borderline personality disorder. And she arrives at Claymore. And here at Claymore, she is greeted by Valerie Owens, who is a nurse there, and is shown around the women's ward. So here she meets Georgina Tuskin, who is her roommate for the time being, and is also a pathological liar who has a fixation to the Wizard of Oz. And then she meets Polly Clark, who is diagnosed with schizophrenia. And then we have Lisa Rao, who makes things very, very difficult at the ward. Um, she likes to start drama and just different things with the nurses there and just makes everyone's time there really difficult. And she's also a diagnosed sociopath. And then we have Janet Weber, who is diagnosed with anorexia. And I believe she, about her, I didn't write much about, but I have Daisy Randone, who is quite the interesting character in this movie. Oh, she only eats her father's chicken, and she doesn't let anyone really in her room. Uh, and she's diagnosed with OCD. Uh, do I have to say? Oh yeah, but the movie's ending shows Susanna being released from Claymore after her 18th month stay. But yeah, that's just the quick movie overview on what's going on here. Alright, so then here's the DSM-V criteria, and I'm just going to be talking about Susanna Clayson and what certain criteria she fits under the BPD criterion, how it's shown throughout the movie. So, first, Susanna exhibits traits consistent with borderline personality disorder, BPD, as outlined on the DSM-V. So, the first thing that she has is frantic efforts to avoid abandonment. Throughout the movie, Susanna displays intense fear of abandonment when her friend Lisa is moved to another ward. And then we have unstable relationships. Her relationships with Lisa swings between idealization and devaluation, reflecting instability. And then identity disturbance. Susanna exhibits identity confusion, notably claiming her hand, bones disappearing during a crisis. She had that happen during her scene with the therapist multiple times actually. And then there's affective instability. She experiences severe mood swings from happiness to anxiety and depression. And then chronic feelings of emptiness. Susanna often appears despondent and exhibits chronic feelings of emptiness, contributing to her suicide attempt. And then Susanna fulfills criteria 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7 for BPD, suggesting a diagnosis of the disorder. Now we have here Susanna Kaysen's diagnosis. And then this one's question number 3, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yes, okay. Susanna struggles with BPD, and this can be understood through psychological models for the psychodynamic model and also societal influences. The psychodynamic model suggests that unresolved issues from childhood, like problems with parental relationships, like her mom and dad, this is kind of shown in the beginning of the movie, must have played a part in her BPD. Her feelings of abandonment, maybe because her father wasn't around, fit with what's often seen in BPD. Also, Susanna's suicide attempt and confusion about her identity might come from rough experiences or not feeling understood when she was growing up. Societal factors like the pressures and expectations of the 1960s could have made things harder for Susanna. And then the stigma around mental health and how women were expected to behave might have made her feel even more lost and unstable. And being in the psychiatric hospital might have also reinforced her difficulties, making her symptoms worse. Overall, Susanna's mental health issues likely came from a mix of early experiences, society's influences, and her surroundings. Right? So next slide. And this is just going to talk about my treatment and what I would give Susanna for her BPD. First thing is psychotherapy, dialectical behavior therapy. Did I say that? Dialectical behavior therapy. Yeah, so this can really benefit Susanna. These therapies teach her how to understand and control her emotions, get along better with others, and find healthier ways to cope. Since Susanna has had a difficult time in her early years and is struggling with her environment, therapy can give her a safe place to talk about her past and learn how to grow in a healthy way. Another thing that I would suggest would probably be medication. While it won't fix the reasons behind her struggles, like her tough childhood or environment, it can manage or help manage mood swings, depression, and anxiety. A doctor can talk to Susanna and her therapist to decide if medication is a good idea and what might work best for her. By combining therapy and medication, Susanna can get the support she needs to feel better and live a happier life. And this is just talking about what I would change about the movie. Room for change. So, in the movie Girl Interrupted, the creators could make the character story more complex. Instead of just showing them as crazy, the film could explore their backgrounds and struggles, helping viewers see that mental illness can come from real life problems. The film could also highlight the importance of empathy and support in mental health treatment by showing the characters forming meaningful connections with caregivers and fellow patients. Emphasize the role of human connection in healing. Additionally, Girl Interrupted could break stereotypes by showing the characters as individuals with hopes and dreams beyond their diagnoses. This would make their experiences more relatable and show that mental illness doesn't define a person entirely. Overall, by presenting a more compassionate view of mental health. And then, here's just my works cited. That's going to be all. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and hope you have a lovely rest of your day.